Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
I'm Glennon Doyle, author of Untamed and host of the podcast We Can Do Hard Things. Each week, we talk openly and honestly about the hard things in life together with you. So join us and some of our dearest friends and greatest heroes to talk about anxiety, boundaries, parenting, infidelity, our bodies, loving and losing, all of the things that make us human. Listen to and follow We Can Do Hard Things on Odyssey and everywhere you get your podcasts.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast an unidentified man from Houston, Texas. Now, our honoree is a would-be car thief. Actually, we don't know if he's a car thief or if he's someone who breaks into cars to steal whatever's inside, but what we do know is that he is unfortunate. Now, we say this because yesterday he attempted to break into a Ford Transit. You familiar with the Ford Transit?
That's one of those really nice kind of camper-style things, but can be like a plumber vehicle. Or
exactly, man. It's a big-ass vehicle, and he decides either he's going to steal it or try to steal what's inside. But unfortunately for him, he was caught in the act by the vehicle's owner. Now, the vehicle's owner, he was unarmed, but it should be pointed out he's 6'3", 260 pounds. Already kind of a bad situation, but even worse, this particular 6'3", 260-pound man is also UFC heavyweight fighter Derek the Black Beast Lewis, who, by the way, has knocked out more people than any other fighter in UFC history and is currently ranked third. I'm not going to bore you with what happened next, but suffice to say, the situation was, and I quote, handled before the cops arrived to arrest the man, and the man was more than happy to go with the police and be arrested. He had actually posted something on his Twitter page about what had happened. He has since deleted it and taken it down. Have you seen this guy?
He showed a picture of his fist after he punched the guy, and his fist was bruised.
Yeah.
So think about how hard he hit that guy to bruise his own hand as a UFC fighter.
Think about that guy.
I mean, he's a professional puncher for a living. He doesn't bruise his hand every time he makes contact with somebody. You know what I mean?
I mean, you turn around. He's already
he's probably not wearing gloves either.
Yeah, giant man standing there. And I don't know what would be worse. All right, you turn around, 6'3", 260 pounds. The guy's pissed. You're breaking into his car, so you know you have a situation. Already the size differential is not in your favor. Do you think it would be better if you have no idea who he is? That way, when he hits you, you're not expecting the level of pain. And he knocked the guy out, by the way. So there's one punch, this guy was out. Or would you rather turn around, know who it is, and know what's coming your way? No, I'd be happier to not know who he is.
He could have dislocated his shoulders. He could have broken his kneecaps. He could have done a lot.
I'd rather get knocked out by the famous dude.
Yeah, he said he stopped himself from working this guy completely. Basically just knocked him out, made sure he was okay, then called the cops. I like that move. Like, I made sure he's okay first, then called the cops. And by okay, not dead. But anyway, we toast that guy. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Steve Throwhill, can you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Nick. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Slick Nick, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs, We have bite me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
I always go with drugs.
Drugs. You know, when you say that, I don't know if you're talking about this game or just generally in life.
Both.
That's what I figured. All right, here's your story. We go to the fine state of New York, where a 35-year-old man was arrested after police found about 150 pounds of drugs in the car he was driving. A state trooper from the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, Drug Law Enforcement Division, he was patrolling I-78 when he noticed a Toyota Sienna with Illinois plates driving for a mile in the left lane, but with no vehicles to pass in the right lane. So the trooper continued to follow the Toyota, which was going 65 in a 55 mile per hour zone. The trooper pulled him over. The driver, Esteban Latorcacho, he had, quote, numerous indicators of criminal activity were observed and consent to search the vehicle was granted. Quick side note, I got 150 pounds of drugs in my car. You ain't get my consent to search it. Anyway, a TrueNarc device test was made for one sample and came back positive for a drug. The guy was arraigned before a district judge on charges of possession with intent to deliver, possession of drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, speeding, and a bunch of other traffic offenses. Anyway, he was held in Lehigh County Jail in lieu of $1 million bail. The question is, what kind of drugs did he have in the back of his car? Was it 150 pounds of meth, 150 pounds of heroin, 150 pounds of cocaine, or 150 pounds of fentanyl?
Ted, what do you think?
Where was it again?
He was in Western New York, I believe. It was probably in the Buffalo area, but he had Illinois plates.
Western New York with Illinois plates.
So, with that many drugs, they just assume he's taking it back to Illinois to sell.
Or maybe he was bringing them to Western New York.
I think he was headed west. Okay, I believe. Okay. That's the only reason I think that. I think so. Either way, not a good look, right? Bringing them in, taking them out.
I'm just trying to figure out, I know there used to be a giant cocaine pipeline in Chicago.
It probably still is my guess.
You know what? I don't know why. I never pick it, but I'm going to go old school cocaine.
Cocaine for Ted. All right, Nick, what are you thinking?
Too. I'm going to go cocaine, too.
Nick's going to be on the cocaine train. I'm going to go methamphetamines. I think that's going to be my final answer.
Cheap
version. Okay. We're going to find out what he had on him, 150 pounds worth. Was it meth, heroin, cocaine, or fentanyl next?
That was a T.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Back to the conversation. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is drugs on profile. This New York man was arrested after cops found 150 pounds of drugs in his car. He's in jail. $1 million bond. Question is, what do you have in his car? Meth, heroin, cocaine, or fentanyl? And Nick, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with the bad news for Miles Montgomery. You said methamphetamine.
I did.
No, it was not methamphetamine. And Nick, you agree with D. Ted Smith. You guys hemmed and hawed a little bit, but in the end, you both settled on old school instead, called it cocaine.
Come on.
Wow, you are correct.
Wow, that's a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
That is a lot of cocaine. Damn. How much was it?
150 pounds.
Yeah.
Damn. I figured to throw you off because normally when they report cocaine, it's always kilos. For whatever reason, when it's cocaine, they go metric. Anything else?
Most drugs, they go metric.
I'm trying to think. Coke. They do it with heroin.
Weed.
I feel like, yeah.
An ounce,
Well, that's standard.
Yeah, that's standard, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like Coke's the main one that they tend to go for whatever reason. It's special.
Now for all TV news all time for a little TV time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. Seth Meyers.
The
Jimmys.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Conan.
Oh, Conan.
So I got a short time left.
All right.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
Hey, it's right there in the title. All these guys have talented teams writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night, and it's up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Later this week, a strip club in Las Vegas will be offering COVID vaccines. The strip club is the only vaccination where you leave and you still need to get tested.
Fallon. Seth Meyers.
Fallon.
Later this week, a strip club in Las Vegas will be offering the COVID vaccine. That's right. The strip club is the only vaccination site where you leave and still need to get tested. You know what I'm saying?
The Hustler Club in Las Vegas is giving out vaccines for free, but you are strongly encouraged to tip your waitress.
Me, Ted Smith. Yes.
Yeah, that's me. Larry Flint's Hustler Club is giving out vaccines. What a year it is people are going to the Hustler Club to not get a virus.
Seth?
Kimmel.
Larry Flint's Hustler Club is giving out COVID-19 vaccines this Friday.
What a year this is. People are going to the Hustler Club to not get a virus in 2021.
Kim Jong-un has banned citizens from having mullets or wearing skinny jeans. Everyone is thinking right now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Kim Jong-un.
Fallon?
Myers.
Fallon.
News from overseas, I read that Kim Jong-un has banned citizens from having mullets or wearing skinny jeans. Right now, everyone's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Kim Jong-un.
Public service announcement. If you have a man bun, wear it. Mullet, wear it. Skinny jeans, wear whatever. Have fun this summer. Wearing jorts. Amazon is in talks to reportedly buy MGM, the movie studio with the lion. Won't be long before we're saying, Amazon just bought my cousin Tim.
Fallon.
Seth?
Kibble.
Amazon is in talks, reportedly, to buy MGM. You know the movie studio with the lion? Amazon's thinking about buying it. Won't be long before you'll say, yeah, whatever happened to my cousin Tim? They're like, oh, Amazon bought him.
All right. Would you guys be excited if I busted in here and said, you got to watch this show. It's like Game of Thrones, but with otters.
With otters?
I'll run it by you.
Okay.
You got to watch this show. It's like Game of Thrones, but with otters.
Whoa. Yeah, actually I would.
I'll check it out.
Game of Thrones. I don't know why, but now I'm hoping what you're telling me is true.
I don't know how much otter violence or nudity there will be in it, but
I'm
basically
more for the violence than the nudity in this case.
All right. The Discovery Channel is got an upcoming show called Otter Dynasty. It's about 3 clans of otters that live in Marina Bay in Singapore.
Okay.
The Bay City clan are basically your 1%ers, which, truth be told, when I read this morning, I was like, they're in a MC? Like, no, the rich 1%ers. They say they live, quote, the royal life of luxury among Singapore's futuristic landscapes.
I'm sure the otters care greatly about that.
And you got the River Rebels. These are the up-and-comers who live in a fashionable and trendy neighborhood.
Okay.
And then,
so they gentrified their otter neighborhood.
Then the Weldings. They're a young clan that lives a hard but adventurous life in the mangrove forest where they have to tough it out against marauding lizards, floods, and choppy seas.
So we're following three different families of otters. Or three different groups of otters.
Clans, Miles.
Clans.
3 different clans of otters.
They say they'll follow the otters as they fight for their turn to be on top while continuing to adapt to their concrete jungle.
Yeah, I'm in. I know it's stupid, but I'm in.
It seems like we should just call it like Otter Battle.
Sounds too graphic.
Okay, let's see what happens first.
Right, but there's no dragons. Again, there's no nudity.
We don't know that. Every otter I've seen is nude. I have not seen a lot of otters, but the ones I've seen in my life, all naked.
I'm just saying, I don't know a ton about Game of Thrones, but the one thing I know is the amount of nudity, and there was dragons.
Dude, there's a lot of TNA in that, for sure.
There is. Here's the only issue I have with Game of Thrones, and I'm sure at some point I will watch it. Maybe over Christmas.
You'll have time.
I guess it's just when people describe the relationships of the nudity with the other nudity, I'm always like,
It's just the one family that likes to have it. Look, there's a brother and sister who really, really do have sex with each other. And they're the only ones, really. Most people, they try not to have sex with siblings. They're all about it. All right, and it is disturbing.
Yeah.
Because you don't know it's coming. You're kind of like they show up at the beginning of the first episode. They're part of the family entourage. You're like, okay, they're brother and sister. And then kind of cuts to a scene like, I believe he is mounting his sister. This is strange. Yeah. But I'm in.
I know. It's like when you're watching a movie where they're supposed to be step siblings. Now, you know they're both professional actors.
Sure.
But you got to turn the volume down.
I see what you're saying.
Like I said earlier this week, all the major networks are talking about new shows that are coming out for their fall schedules and this and that. ABC came out and not much is changing, they say, until mid-season, but one of the shows they're rolling out is the Wonder Years reboot, which is about a black family in Alabama in the 1960s, late 60s.
Okay.
All right. It's narrated by Don Cheadle. Mm-hmm. Do you remember who the original Wonder Years was narrated by?
Ooh, the dude who was in Home Alone, right? And I cannot think of his name. Oh, Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
Whew, okay.
He was also in Rookie of the Year.
Daniel Stern.
Correct. He was a pitching coach. He wasn't the best pitching coach. It's part of the comedy that ensues in one of the baseball movies made of all time. But yeah, seems like it should be pretty good.
I saw a commercial for it last night. I had no idea what they were advertising. And I hear Don Cheadle's voice. I'm thinking it's some movie. It's like The Wonder Years. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, like I said, I like this one too because it's not just like Fuller House was just basically the same people and the same kind of concept, right? But like Cobra Kai kind of advanced the story.
Sure.
And this one I like. It's like basically we could call it the Wonder Years, but it's like let's take the Wonder Years concept and just apply it to a different family in a different area.
Yeah. A horrible time to live in a terrible place.
It wasn't a bad show. I mean, I got suckered into it.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember when Wonder Years ran, but I'm pretty sure I was about the same age as that, or around the same age as that show. So yeah, we always watched it. And then kind of graduated to you kind of went from like Wonder Years to watching Saved by the Bell on the weekends. What do you got, Mike?
88 to 93.
All right, so I guess I'm a little younger or whatever. I would have been like 7 when it started. But you went, for me, I remember going Wonder Years, then you got into Saved by the Bell, and then, whoa boy. Now we're into Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
All right,
the racy stuff.
Hotties. It's about the same time I think I discovered the Baywatch. You know, Mike's never seen Baywatch.
You've never seen Baywatch?
The show.
Oh, Mike, come on.
I'll be down.
Get
Did you
in
see
on
the movie with Zac Efron and The Rock?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to watch attractive people in red bathing suits?
That's fair. I kind of low on my list of movies right now.
Brings back memories of the pool firing, you know.
Right.
Listen, Mike, if you're not
they're
careful,
lifeguards.
if you're not careful, you're going to turn into Miles and I, where you just keep planning on watching movies. ABC also talked about The Bachelorette coming up. I don't know why, but they revealed 29 out of the 30 men. It's the 30th guy's a secret.
Like, I was going to say, like, we would know who the 29 guys are anyway. Like, thank God I thought he'd make it.
Did you see the list today on Bro Bible of some of the jobs that some of these guys have?
Or they're claiming to have?
Yeah, like one guy said he's a professional football player, but he's not on a team.
Well, if you're not getting paid, you're not a professional football player.
Yeah, like years ago on The Bachelor, or I guess he was on The Bachelorette, then became the
Palmer
Bachelor.
guy?
What's that?
Jesse Palmer?
No. Jesse Palmer's brother was on there, correct?
I thought it was him.
Maybe.
Either way, I don't know.
It's the guy who's on ESPN now, right? No, that's his brother. Right?
No, that's Jesse Palmer, who actually played in the league and stuff.
They look similar.
Jordan, maybe.
So
but there was another guy that said he's a professional soccer player. Now, he did play in the USL, but he was never even in the MLS, much less...
It's like, what are you doing right now?
Right, now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do now?
He's an Uber driver.
Let's see. I like this. Jimmy Kimmel was there. Obviously, he's a big deal for ABC. He said, networks need to stop trying to be cool. We're like grandpa in skinny jeans. We're not cool. Isn't there something to be said for dying with dignity? Somehow, with everybody still stuck in their homes and nothing to do but watch TV for the past 14 months, we still managed to lose ratings. And he's right. The networks, obviously, that's where like some of the biggest money is. You still want to get there.
Yeah.
But they are the dinosaur of the industry.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Netflix is basically just like, well, number one, they're printing money.
Yep.
And number two is they're lighting it on fire.
Yep.
And then it's not, I mean, Amazon, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, I think, today. And Amazon's a massive, just massive everything. Like, if you don't think Amazon has a couple bill to burn on TV, on their shows they're going to make, like, you're crazy.
And whoever owns HBO, just they're merging with someone else to create this other big...
AT&T.
Streaming thing, too, so there'll be another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch regular TV all the time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't always watch like a streaming service or whatever. Actually, I'm not going to lie. Frankly, I watch a lot of True TV these days just because of Impractical Jokers, which once you start watching that show, good news is it's on all the time.
Is it? It is.
I would recommend this. Search the guide first in your menu, pick the show, then get high. Don't get high, then pick the show. That is some advice. Like the other night, I'm on like disasters at sea.
Right.
This will be great. And 5 minutes in, I'm like, this is horrible.
Oh my God.
Why did I pick this when I'm high? Now I can't change the channel, and I'm wigged out.
I shouldn't have survived.
Right,
got
exactly,
stoned, and
exactly.
it was
like, no.
a heroin. I'm just
Right.
like, oh God.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, why am I watching this?
Right, and you're right. You still have sports and stuff on regular TV that is massive and huge. You know what I mean?
Until the streaming services buy the contract.
Stoned the other night, I'm watching Frontline. I'm like, why did I do this?
You know what, man? The last year and everything has been so serious. Like I told you, I kind of stopped watching Frontline, and I really like Frontline because it's very informative.
Sure.
And they generally try to show you like every angle of stuff. But like, I'm just like, it's always so serious, man. You know what? I'm lying. I was watching Vice last night about drugs in America. I watched a serious show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a little.
It's drugs.
It is, but it's the inner workings of how we kind of got to some of the drug problems we have in the world and this and that. I will say, though, whenever you watch those shows and you find out about, obviously the bulk of production of poppies comes from Afghanistan and everything. The DEA and CIA, they work together, but they're not super together.
Right.
Like the CIA lady, this was one of the most chilling things I've heard in a long time, right? Because they're interviewing the DEA agents, right? Because you have some of these people that are growing all the poppies that are also giving money to terrorist organizations.
Right.
So they're like, hey, we got to stop these dudes. But the DEA, their main thing is, we just got to stop the drugs.
The drugs, right.
So they set up this whole thing. They're going to pick this guy up and this and that. And then the CIA lady comes on and she goes, we work in conjunction with the DEA.
Conjunction.
Their main thing is to stop drugs. Sometimes we have bigger things that she said it such like a CIA way.
Right.
Something about more national security. And I was like, oh man, I don't know where I'm at on this.
Where's that drug money going? Is it going to the Taliban? Is it going here? So
right, but also earlier in the show, they show you where the CIA kind of funded all this stuff and proxy wars and this and that. So I mean, like if you've watched Narcos and seen some of those shows where the CIA guy and the DEA guy are like having a tequila and screaming at each other, that happens for real. And like I'm saying, like they work together, but in conjunction.
In conjunction, right.
Yeah, I don't think they really. It's a mess, Wild. It's a mess. If you like the Goldbergs, that's the 8th season finale tonight. You can check that out. Late night, watch Conan. It's got on Charles Barkley.
Thank you so much, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida man is arrested for speeding and said he was driving fast because he was trying to get to Cuba. Meanwhile, a couple discovered that the hotel windows were not tinted, and everyone saw her playing his tuba. Buffalo man learns the dentist can understand you with her hand in your mouth. Woman wanted after attacking mom with baby as we head to a Little Caesars down south. And a man is arrested after threatening a doctor with his finger gun. And it's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
All right, top story. We go to lovely Glasgow, where a randy couple wanted to have a little fun in a hotel room. After the pair had a session or two while on their trip, they came to a terrible realization that folks in the hotel across the road could look directly into their window. Which they did. The reception desk got a call from someone complaining about the loud nature of the pair, but the employee told them that he didn't particularly care what they were engaged in, but did warn them that the windows were not privacy protected.
I like that. Do what you want, but people are watching.
I'm not watching this. That's so disgusting as I stand here and continue to watch. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, pull your own. Yeah, right. It's like, so obviously I don't think the sites were bad.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Yeah, I mean, come on.
These guys have been at it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you believe that?
Right. Why don't you go and pork your own wife?
I put the whole thing on my cell phone video.
Right. In other news, a man in South Carolina was arrested for threatening his doctor with the deadliest of weapons. Finger guns.
Oh, did he even go pew-pew?
No, man. He only kept it cocked. This was just threatening here.
Oh, they need to bring that up in sales meetings everywhere.
That's right.
Did you just threaten me?
No. It's like, hey, man, how you doing?
I'm a sales guy. Hey, how you?
Said I
put the gun away.
He had gone to the doctor with an injury, but became irate when he was told that there was nothing that could be done for it. Before he left, he trained the finger gun at the doctor and said that if he couldn't help him, he'd be back to get him.
That's where he went wrong.
And then departed, never discharging the firearm, so he did leave peacefully. In all seriousness, the doctor did take the threat seriously, believing that he would make good on the threat and call police.
I think these days you should.
Absolutely.
On to come back for you. Like, okay.
Right.
All right.
And the fact that that they mentioned in the story that he used the finger guns means that it was in a quote-unquote threatening manner.
Right.
Not like, I'll be back for you later.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just weird to have both of them.
Right?
Like, I've seen somebody be like, I'm going to come back and shoot you.
Right.
I can't imagine having both and being like, I'm going to come back and shoot you.
You're right. It gets childish with two.
Yeah, or like Miles said.
Gimbos.
Or you're like that cheesy sales guy.
Yeah. Let's make this deal.
I'll kill you.
I'll be back for you. A woman in Georgia is wanted for battery after an attack in a Little Caesars. This thing is absolutely violent. The story doesn't say what set the woman off, but she was video recorded by a witness as she pulled the chair out from underneath the victim in the restaurant. What happened next was a violent display, holding the victim by her hair and beating her in the face several times.
Jesus.
Before eventually dragging her out by her hair and continuing the assault. She finished with a couple stomps on the victim's head before leaving in a car. The victim was taken to the hospital by a friend, and the assailant is currently wanted by authorities.
Kick-ass.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man. She pulled out the chair on another person.
Correct.
And then
She had it out for this person. I don't know why. I don't know.
And then she beat the...
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought she got her ass beat because she was the one pulling the chair.
No. She pulled the chair and then beat her ass.
Yeah, she's beginning and end of all the violence.
She is, man. I like how they said that the victim initially turned down an offer of a ride to the hospital via ambulance and said that her friend would take her there later. No duh.
Yeah.
I don't want that bill. I'm good. Let's see here. Gotta love when things sort themselves out. A man in Buffalo was arrested for his part to play in the storming of the Capitol. FBI got a tip about the man after a short investigation. They were able to corroborate the story and they were given, which was overheard by their informant as the rioter was regaling his dentist with the story of being a part of the event. He was eventually tracked down and arrested. So this guy is sitting there on the dentist chair, on the table, getting himself worked on. Yeah, I was a part of that Capitol riot, man, on January 6th. It's great.
It's a good call.
Guy 2 stalls over is like, okay, I might go call somebody about that.
Well, to be fair, it's not like anyone knows they're being looked for.
Right.
I mean, it's not on the news or in every single frickin' day.
I love how we were talking about it in the office. They're doing no investigation. They're just waiting for these idiots to just oust themselves.
Yeah, Facebook, talking at the dentist,
Right.
like
Live streaming it when they were doing it.
Exactly.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
However, I do like this guy because it does mention in the story that he sparked up while he was in the Capitol there. Smoked a little bit of pot there.
That's it for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes and, of course, the game known as Big Debbie.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.